Please, I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Hello. Welcome to episode 35 of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I'm Courtney Perry. Welcome. So, I am yet again sitting outside on my property. I brought a chair out and I'm just sitting in my property looking up at the stars. I can see the Milky Way right now and I'm staring at the Milky Way. I can see the Big Dipper and I'm just awestruck and amazed by how just insanely beautiful the night sky is. How much is just unknown. And I was just reading an article about the James Webb Telescope and the amazing pictures that telescope has already shown us. It's just, oh my God, it's so insane to think about how vast the universe is. They said it was like 93 billion light years wide across. Like the universe expands over 93 billion light years. I may have the exact measurements. It was like 93 billion, I believe, light years across. And I'm like, 93 billion light years. The James Webb Telescope is showing us pictures of like universes that are being created. Well, technically have already been created because we're seeing them after they've already been created. But like we're seeing the beginning, the makings of a universe. Like, it's so insane. I don't know. It's just crazy. And I just look up and I think there's so much we don't know. There's so much we don't know. There's a lot that we've learned and we've grown. We've learned a lot for sure. But there's still so much out there that hasn't been explored, and there's a lot we haven't even delved into. There's just an immense, wide universe. And that got me thinking about people and perspective. Like I always bring it back to, I'm always going to bring it back to perspective. And that is, there's so much we don't know. We think we know a lot, and we think, that we are the center of the universe. We think that the sun and the moon and the stars revolve around our feelings, our opinions, our beliefs. But there's a whole big universe out there. There's so much we don't know. There's a lot we think we know. But really, we're just kind of in this together and we're figuring it all out. And we really don't know shit when you compare it to the universe. I'm sure that there's other life on other planets that look at us like we are just insane. And then maybe there are other planets that have people, or life, I should say, on them that are violent and worse than us. So I just think there's so much out there. There's so much. And a lot of it is our own doing. We certainly created this chaos for sure. And then there's some of it that I think we're just humans and we're just trying to figure out shit as we go. But every time I step outside and look up, I'm like, gosh, we are so small. We're just so small. And for us to think we know everything is ridiculous. We're so small in this universe, and there are so many things out there that probably look at us. There's people, like I said, other life forms that look at us like, oh my goodness, you guys, get your act together. And then again, like I said, there might be other life forms out there that are far more violent than us. But I mean, that got me thinking about war, and that I feel strongly that we're headed for a civil war. I hope and pray that that's not true. Of course, I hope that doesn't happen, but I don't know, with how things are going lately, I feel a civil war is coming. And it just saddens me. There's so much violence going on. There's so much violence going on. I wish that all of us, as hippie and, however you want to take this, cheesy, corny, whatever, I don't care. However you want to take this, but I really wish we could all just stand outside and just take a breath for a moment and look up on a night, like on a clear night, and just look up and think to ourselves, we are not that significant. We really aren't. We're not that significant. We're not that important. We aren't. And we make ourselves out to be like we are so amazing. But there's so much we haven't done. There's so much we need to do. And yes, there's so much that we've figured out, and there's so much we have accomplished. I'm not knocking the human race at all. We've accomplished a lot. We've come a long way. But I just feel it's kind of in the wrong direction. It's in technology going faster, 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 not appreciating things. We get a cell phone, and as we're standing in line to purchase the newest cell phone, another one is being made. Like, we're just never in the moment. We never take anything in anymore. It's just sad. We have technology can be so great for so many reasons. Again, I'm not knocking technology. It takes technology to do this podcast. It takes technology to be able to get on the internet. And I understand that. I'm not knocking technology altogether. There's definitely been some great outcome from a lot of it. It's just, there's also been, I feel, a gigantic step backwards as well. We're not sitting down at the table anymore. I'm not speaking for everybody. I know there are people that still sit down at the table and eat meals together. I know there are still families that play board games together and spend time together. But it just seems that this day and age, there are so many families that are on their cell phones and on their, tablets and on the TV, and we are worried about how many followers we have. And what about our family? Is our family following us anymore? Do we even have our family as followers anymore? Or have we kind of forgotten about them? We spend more time caring about what other people think than our own freaking families. I don't know. I feel like one of those people that when they get older, they're like, back in my day. And I'm sure we're all going to do that. Everyone's going to do that. We're all going to have that time where we think that things were better, that nostalgia, things were better back when. And I guess that makes me look like a hypocrite because I'm not appreciating the moment. It's not that I'm wanting things to be the way they were as in back when I was a child. I don't mean that. I just mean we're not that significant. We're not that important. And we make ourselves out to be so important. And we don't ever stop to think and look up and go, wow, we are just peons, really. And we should take that moment to learn about humans and not about how we can avoid humans or how we can bully humans or how we can, we added computers and now we've taken away emotion, because now it's so much easier to bully because you don't have to look at someone in the eyes. You don't have to listen to them cry. You don't have to put any emotion in it. And you don't have to, if you're actually scared, you can be tough because you have safety behind a computer. School shootings, I don't know statistics, so I'm not going to throw statistics out there. Maybe there were just as many school shootings when I was in high school than than there are now. Maybe it's the same and we just don't hear about it. I don't know. I feel like that didn't happen. I know that when I went to high school, I graduated in 1992. When I went to high school, honestly, guys would show up, or girls, people would show up with a truck, and they would have a gun rack in the back of their truck, inside their truck, and they would have their shotgun or their rifle. And it wasn't because they were planning on shooting up the place. It's because they planned on going hunting, or they just got done hunting. I don't know. It's a different time now, and that's okay. You know, I can't do anything about it. I'm glad that I'm still alive. I'm glad I'm here to see it. I just feel the unrest of the world. I know many countries are experiencing their own uneasiness, their own unrest. And I don't like it. I don't like it. My heart is genuinely breaking. I'm not, I know I just sound like I'm being ridiculous. My heart is genuinely breaking for our world. So many countries out there struggling in many different ways, whether it's financially, whether it's politically, whether it's with religion, whether it is with rights, whether it is with natural disasters. It just sucks. And we have to go through it. We have to have the good and bad. You know, I get it. Circle of life, balance, all of that. I get it. But I just feel we're really leaning into so much anger, and the anger doesn't seem like it's letting up. It seems like it's kind of getting thicker. And I feel people are getting, I feel some people are getting where they're just numb. Nothing seems to shock them anymore. Nothing seems to razz them anymore because they're like, I've seen and heard so much that nothing shocks me anymore. And then other people seem like they're getting very, very depressed and sad. Some feel like they're getting angry and they want to do something about it. They want to stand up for their rights and stand up for their beliefs. It's sad that this country in particular has allowed, not just now, I'm not talking about just this administration, I'm saying as a whole, we've allowed our government to completely take over. We have forgotten that we are the people. We are the people. We are in charge. We have elected them, and we trusted these people. We've trusted people that are the enemy. It's just sad. Why is it that when we trust people to be in charge, they get together and they screw those same people over? And it seems they have no remorse. I look at Nancy Pelosi, and that woman seems to sleep pretty damn well at night. I look at many people in office, and they all seem like they're sleeping pretty damn well in their nice homes, in their comfortable, nice beds, on their Egyptian cotton sheets that we paid for. I don't know. I don't want to get bitter. I don't like being bitter. I like sitting outside on my property and looking up at the stars and the Milky Way and seeing the silhouette of the trees and hearing the crickets and just listening to the creatures out there. That's what I want to do. But my mind tends to start going to that dark place. That's not where I want to live. So to anybody out there that is kind of feeling like I am and feeling like, man, this is just quite a bummer, I wish we could just all get together, all of us, and say F you to all of our governments. I think every country seems to have a government that kind of blows, really. I mean, Canada thinks they're pretty dang great. On Canada, hey, I'm not knocking on you. I'm just saying you guys aren't perfect either. You have some issues. You've got some issues. Let's face it. I don't know. People talk about Switzerland. I'm sure Switzerland's great, but people kind of act like they're perfect. But I think every single country, all of us, everyone, I'm talking to every country, we all have problems. We all have problems. We all have things we can work on for sure. And our government sucks. And I feel we could definitely get together and say, hey, listen, this is what we want. Well, I guess obviously, and I'm talking about socialist countries. I'm talking about communist countries. I'm talking about all countries. There's someone in charge of all countries. No matter what it is that country believes in, there's somebody that is running the show. So however that somebody runs the show, there's still somebody, the puppet master, that's the puppet master of your country. And I feel like I'm not saying we should all take over. Don't misinterpret. I'm not saying we should, take over our country or anything. I'm just saying that I think we need to remember that it is our countries. We are the people that are in that country. It takes us to run that country. And I wish we could all just be like, you know what? Yeah, this is how it's going to be. And you work for us, man. Our country is going downhill real quick. It's embarrassing. I don't want to be the laughing stock. That's not okay. I don't want other countries to look at us as if we are like they are eating popcorn and just watching the show, the shit show. That's not cool. I don't want to be the bully either. I don't want our country to be the bully. I just want us to all get along, man. I do. I don't need us all singing around a campfire, but I wish, I don't know. Anyway, I'm tired, and so these are the things I get all emotional and weird and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to kind of let you listen to some crickets for a second. I don't know if you could hear that. The wind's blowing as well. I think there might even be some deer in the background. Something's tromping through there's some wind and something's tromping through there. I'm sorry, I got a little sidetracked because my motion sensor lights are going off. So anyway, so to everybody out there that is maybe feeling a little sick and tired, I'm sorry. I'm feeling it too. I'm feeling the same. So again, thank you to everybody listening. Thank you so much. I see there's some people that have been listening to me more than once, downloading more than one of my podcasts, and man, I appreciate it. I really do. And to everybody out there, again, who's been listening, thank you for the support. I appreciate it, and I'm wishing everybody a wonderful night and a wonderful week. Oh, wow, I just saw a falling star. What a cool way to end the podcast. I mean, not that you guys can see it, so I suppose it doesn't really matter on your end, but kind of cool on my end. Anyway, thanks, guys.